Hey guys, Callie Fab here, and today I'm going to do a best burrito ever video for you. My husband brags to everyone that I make the best burritos, and they really don't cost that much, and it's really not that hard. Unfortunately, I use a lot of store-bought items because in my household, if I don't make dinner quick, dinner doesn't get made at all usually, unless I have like the day to prepare for it. But usually I'm coming home from work at 3 o'clock. I gotta go pick up my son from daycare. Takes me home about 4 o'clock. If I have to stop at the grocery store, that takes me home at 5 o'clock. I like to eat dinner at 6 or before. I mean, between 4 and 6 is my ideal time to eat dinner, but really I don't like to eat dinner any later than that because I don't like to go to bed on a full stomach. I have all sorts of stomach issues. If I lay down on a full stomach, you can believe yourself that I'm gonna get heartburn like nobody's business, and I don't like heartburn. If I can avoid it by eating dinner earlier, I will. Not that burritos really help, but they don't seem to make my heartburn any worse or any better, so I just eat them because I like them. But I usually do a burrito salad, and I make a burrito for my husband, like a full-on delish burrito for my husband. And then for my son, I make like a mini burrito, so he just gets a few items on his, not as much as my husband gets, and then I... By the way, just wanted to point out that I totally made my burrito video on a day where I was wearing no makeup. I was exhausted from work, so I look like a hot freaking mess. So just disregard my hot messness, because you'll see that more often, especially in my cooking videos. I'm probably not going to be all beautified and glamored up because I'm coming home from work. I don't wear a lot of makeup at work because it breaks me out. I wear a lot of masks. I'm in the OR a lot, so, you know, I'm covered here and here. Whatever's in the fabric at work, it breaks me out, especially if I wear makeup. It'll be a hot mess face. So instead of a hot mess face, I decide to just not wear makeup at work most of the time. Anyways, enjoy the video. So if you want to watch how I make a delicious burrito very easily, then just keep on watching. So these are all the ingredients that you need for my specific burritos. You need shells, some Spanish rice, Spanish part is the most important, some paste picante sauce, and you can use mild, medium, or hot. And then you need a no bean chili and a can of refried beans. Also some salsa con queso and some ground beef. And I always use a taco cheese and a baby spring mix. I like to use any mix of lettuce, but I noticed that the baby spring mix goes really well with this type of burrito. Also, I forgot to mention the taco seasoning for the ground beef. The first pan that should go on the oven is the one to brown the ground beef in. This one's gonna take the longest. Then you want to start your rice. So your rice is usually 2 cups of water and butter or margarine if you like. I usually don't add the extra butter because it doesn't need it. But you want to pour the rice in and get that cooking right away. You want to boil it, and then after it's come to a boil, then you want to put the lid on. So I just have it at a high blast right now. Then if you would like a little extra spice, you can add some Cajun seasoning. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Then, as your ground beef is brown, you definitely want to drain it. I always cook mine in a little bit of water. It seems to cook better. So after you're done cooking that, then you're going to want to drain it and get all the water. And I always rinse my ground beef. Then you're going to add your taco seasoning. Because it's only 3 of us, I only use about a half a pound of ground beef. And for the taco seasoning, I only use about half a packet. So I don't need all of it, so I save my ground beef and I save my taco seasoning for another day. And this is how I usually do it. I just clip it and save it because it's perfectly fine the next time I use it. And for the ground beef, I always put it in the fridge or the freezer. Either one's fine. And I'm getting a drink break. This is vodka and orange juice, a screwdriver, and that's me after work. Having a drink, making dinner. Then you want to add in your refried beans to your ground beef mix. This is up to you how much you like to add. I like to add a lot of the ground beef or the refried beans to the ground beef just because I like the taste better. While you're stirring this up, your rice should still be cooking. It should almost be time to put the lid on. Oh yeah, you can see in the background there, I have the lid on my rice already, which means that your rice should be all the way down to low, and it should be cooking at just a simmer, and your lid should be on, and that'll make the rice really nice. Then you want to put this all the way on low. Then you're going to start a new pan with your chili, and I choose this kind of Wolf brand chili. It is the best for the burritos. So then you have your front pan is with the ground beef and refried beans, your back pan's with your chili, and then your side pan is with your rice. And they should all be cooking at the same time. Time for plating. Sorry the lighting's so bad, but I'm in my kitchen. So you want to add the ground beef and refried bean mix first on the bottom. Then you want to add your taco cheese. And this pan is for my son, so that is all I'm going to do with this one. I make it nice and easy and simple for him because he doesn't like too much stuff on his burritos. And then you wrap it up, and sometimes it comes unwrapped while he's eating it, and he doesn't really care. I mean, he's 5, so. Then I'm going to start with my own salad. I always like to add a large helping of lettuce, and I put it in an oversized bowl because then it's easier to mix up and I don't make a big mess all over the kitchen. So I added in like 3 handfuls of lettuce, and then I'm going to add in my ground beef and refried bean mix. And this is the same as before. You can add in as much or as little as you'd like. I usually do 2 scoops. Then I'm going to go ahead with my cheese, my shredded cheese. I don't like cheese all that much, so I just add a little bit. Then I'm going to add a little bit of rice. I try not to do too much of the rice either, just because of the extra carbs. But if you're a rice fan, go rice crazy, because this rice is delicious. Yep, my dog Bailey's always waiting at my feet for me to drop something, and I usually do. So then I bring my salad over next to my chili because the chili's really runny and you don't want to, get it all over your kitchen. And I put in a few scoops. I don't like as much chili as my husband does, but it definitely adds some wetness to the salad. And then I bring it back to my table and I put my picante sauce in here. You can add the salsa to the kids' burrito if they like it, or to the big burrito. But I like to use this as my dressing because it's so low in calories that, you could add a whole bunch to it and it really doesn't add anything but flavor to the salad. So this is my completed salad. I mix it up really good and I let the lettuce get a little bit soggy and all the juices of everything and eat it up, and it is delicious. Finally, I'm going to start the actual burrito. So you start with a shell, and I use the Extreme Wellness high in fiber, low in carb shells. I use pretty much any wheat shell. They can be big or small, it really doesn't matter. Then I start with the salsa con queso. You can use any type of wet cheese dip. We've used the queso blanco queso before. Can't remember exactly what it's called, but the white cheese, and we've used this one, and you can use like the spicy cheese. Then you add the ground beef and refried bean mix, and then the rice. And then while the rice is still really hot on there, you want to put the shredded cheese on so it can start melting. Then, after the shredded cheese, you want to just fold it up like the other burrito. Obviously, this one has a lot more, so it's going to be a little bit more messy if you're using small shells like me. But I do my best, and I flip it and make it look like it's not messed up underneath, because who cares about what's going on underneath, right? And then, if you'd like, you can add an extra one. So I'm going to show a super quick version of the second one, and I like to do it while everything is still hot, so that way the cold cheeses can melt and that way I don't have to make another one later, because my husband always asks for another one because they are so yummy. So same exact thing as the last one. I'm just adding in all the ingredients here and just gonna roll it up. This one I think I burned my finger a little bit on the rice because it was so hot. There we go. And just make it look somewhat normal, because now you're gonna put the chili all over the top of it, kind of drench it in chili. He likes a lot of chili, and the chili is a bit spicy, so I just kind of shove it all over. Then I put on the lettuce, and I rip it up into a little bit smaller pieces of lettuce because this lettuce type is a little bit long. So rip it up into a little bit smaller pieces, and you can do as much or as little as desired. And then you add the taco cheese. You can also add onions or tomatoes or avocado or jalapeno peppers, and that would be good as well.
Yum.
Thank you guys so much for watching my delicious burrito. I don't know why I have to say that weird like that, but it must be said strangely. Video, and I hope you'll subscribe below for more. I'm definitely going to be posting more recipes, and I'm going to be juicing as well. So stay tuned for that and ring the little bell to get notifications from me for when I post new videos. I think that's all I wanted to say. Oh yeah, and I hope you enjoy your burritos at home that you're going to make, because this recipe is awesome and super easy. Alright, well, if you have any comments for me or anything that you think that I should add to my burrito routine, or any videos that you'd like to see me cooking, please comment down below. I hope everybody has a wonderful day or night. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Bye. What's up, Belle? Belle? Pretty girl. Smile. Give me a thumbs up.